across every division, every school. There's a lot of coaches that focus on the short game, the long game, take distance into play. For you, especially a lot of stops all on your way to get here, a lot of people you've learned under. What's kind of been your philosophy as how you've approached these two teams and especially kind of where you want with the program moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it starts with just some building blocks of course management. It starts with things that are the same for everybody. Which would be how you manage the course, how you can manage your emotions. Those might play out differently during the course of a tournament to where different folks are going to have different forms of motivation, right? You might, have someone who just needs a little kick in the butt. You might have someone who kind of needs someone to talk to out there. It's about knowing your personnel really well. And for me, that's what I enjoy the most about coaching both genders too, is there's just a wide spectrum of motivation that people need at different points, whether it's during a round, during a practice. So finding that out, finding what motivates the individual is the most important thing. And then we get to work from there. But the building blocks are course management, a tidy short game, which is where I think I probably have the most strength as an instructor, as a coach, is just short game stuff. And a lot of that comes from my own game. I don't hit it very far. These guys and gals hit it way farther than I could ever dream. And so from a personal standpoint, I've had to kind of scrap and use a lot of grit, in my own golf game. And so if I can transfer any of that to them, I know we're going to be pretty successful because they're so talented in terms of what they can do physically. It's more of the mental game. It's more, how do you weather a bad hole? How, if you have a bad first 3 holes on a 36 hole day, you're going to be out there for another 10 hours. Mm-hmm. How do you rein that in and know that you still have, let's say, 33 holes to go, right? And so the building blocks are that course management and the mental game, and trying to stay as neutral as possible. You're going to have a lot of highs out there. You're going to have a lot of lows out there. But not playing your opponent until you have to, which would be for us medal match play or match play situation. Not worrying about what you can't control. So the weather, who you're playing with, the condition of the golf course, all those things. And just worrying about what's in your little locus of control in your universe. So it's a lot of diving in with the individual to help the team. And that's probably the most important aspect of all of this, is very much an individual sport, but we get a team score at the end of it and we earn that trophy together, right? And so that's the most unique thing from the outside looking in is, okay, I'm contributing to the team score, yet I'm still an individual. I can still win an individual title, but my team needs me to save a shot here or there. And the margins are so thin that the more we can hammer home that point of, okay, team comes first. I don't have to press to save a bunch of shots at once. I just have to save the shot that's in front of me. Or, our players are so talented, they're inclined to think they need to get all these, if they lose a shot, they need to get it back right away. And they can, but the more you press for that is when mistakes come. So mentally limiting those mistakes, knowing that you're in control, knowing that neutral thinking is going to get you far. It kind of makes up the basis of, I think, any good golf coach's philosophy. But the more I do this, the more I find that a lot of cliches about golf are true. And, people hate cliches, but they're cliches for a reason, mm-hmm. right? They're just those basics to stick to is what we're trying to build upon. And the more we can hammer those home, the better off we're going to be.